Greetings, everyone. This is Payment Lorenzo, your friend, your host, your coach. I have another wonderful, dear friend of mine, Dr. Linda Duong from beautiful Vietnam. She's a fellow Vietnamese. Well, I'm not a Vietnamese, but I've been living in Vietnam in Da Nang for a year and a half now, and I'm loving it. So we had a beautiful conversation 2, 3 weeks ago, and then we had a beautiful part one where she shared about her story, a background, absolutely not just inspiring, but literally goosebump inducing how her family left Vietnam and how she had to start a new life as a youngster in Australia and build the life she wants and basically be an inspiration now. But today we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about her impact. But before we do so, Linda, welcome to the show, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
Xin
Thank you for
chào, xin
having me
chào.
back
How do you say
again.
welcome in
Xin chào,
Vietnamese?
xin chào.
How do you say
Xin
welcome?
chào, xin chào.
How do you
Xin
say
chào.
welcome?
Welcome. I don't think it have exact
Okay.
translation,
Okay.
you know. Chúc mừng. Well, no,
Slowly, please. Say it
that's for
slowly.
wishes.
Say it slowly.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of the exact word. Welcome, welcome. Kính mời
More.
is like, yeah, kính mời, kính mời.
Okay. Then what? Before we start, tell us a brief summary for people who don't know you. Who's Linda, first and foremost, as a human being and as a woman? We're gonna talk about your business later, but as a woman, as a business, and as a human being, who's Linda?
I have been given many nicknames, and one of the latest one is Queen of Hearts. As you could see, 3 hearts. That's because 3 Hearts Initiative has helped many people to stay connected during COVID, right through the years. We all know COVID is what stopped us all from connecting with each other. And so I was able to launch that initiative that is essentially addressing the mental well-being. And so I help people stay connected across the globe, and most importantly, stay connected within themselves. That's just one project. Apart from that, I guess people who know me will know that I cry very easily. So I'm a very compassionate leader, very compassionate at heart. Many times I will cry out of joy. I will cry out of compassion, more out of compassion than sorrow, because I tend to lean towards to positivity. And so I shed a lot of tears out of compassion and joy. Out of compassion, because sometimes I see people and I literally feel their pain. If I was to exaggerate it, it would be like I feel their pain before they feel their pain.
Wow.
That was my story when I was growing up. I saw someone in a wheelchair and I would really want to go and help them. I really feel their pain. I share a lot of it in the book as well. The reason being is that I was born at the end of the Vietnam War. So growing up, I hear the pain daily, day in, day out, the yearning, for happiness, the yearning for a better life, the yearning for all the trauma to be ended. And so as a result of that, I grew up with this surplus of emotion. And at the beginning, as we all go through life, we don't know who we are yet at the beginning of our life. So when I was in my teenage years, because I feel so much for other people, I was often told, you're just too sensitive. You're too sensitive because I cry so easily. And without realizing that was my strength, it was actually my weakness for a long time. And it gave myself a wrong identity. And I thought to myself, I'm very weak because I cry easily. Then eventually, once I settle in Australia, become a parent, because I'm so attentive to my children, that I was very passionate about education. Then I studied primary teaching. Then I got into gifted education. Through gifted parenting your gifted child, that's where I learned that that's actually my strength, and that is called compassion. And so from sensitivity, from being overly sensitive to recognizing that that is compassion, it was a huge shift for me. And from then on, I was able to embrace myself as who I am, as a compassionate leader, and no longer feel embarrassed or shameful when I shed my tears in public. Because there were times that I can't hold my tears. I just feel so much for other people that I just get teary, and other people around you don't understand why, like why all of a sudden she's teary. And I would become embarrassed. But after I learned that, I no longer feel embarrassed. I was able to explain to people if I had to, but I don't want to, or then I don't have to. But at the appropriate time, if I need to, I would be able to say, oh, I'm just overjoyed, or I just feel a lot, or I share the compassion, or have this insight, this understanding, and it open up their world. They go, oh my goodness, I didn't see that until you explained that to me. I give you one quick example that I did share in the book.
Please.
I went to a Australia's biggest morning tea, we call it. So every year in May, we would have Australia's biggest morning tea, and that is to raise funds for Cancer Council. It's been for so many years. So anybody can sign up and host a morning tea. So I went to a morning tea with all these amazing, lovely ladies, the semi-retired kind of grandmas. They all did knitting. They all did handcraft work. My children were young at the time. So I love participating in community activities. So I went to this morning tea, and they have this beautiful, crochet, knitting, apron, everything for sale. Beautiful handcraft work. And I adore craft work because I know how much passion to put in to do it. Because I do hand embroidery myself. And I teach hand embroidery as a self-empowerment tool. That's another story for another day. I
Yeah.
teach that at school, yes. So I came to this apron, this beautiful handmade apron. And this is a number of years ago, but still, she put the price only for $5.
Mm.
And I look at this beautiful handwork. I literally could feel the heart from this grandma who made it. When you pick up a handcraft work, you can feel it. You can feel the love they put into their work. And I just like got teary.
Mm.
And for a moment, I didn't, before, it would have been before I did the gifted education, I would not understand why I would get teary. But after I did the training, I loved it so much that I did it twice.
Mm.
And the lecturer at the University of New South Wales was like, Linda, we didn't even have teachers come back twice. You come back twice. It was phenomenal, right? So I was able to explain that it was in awe of gratitude. My tears was overflowing in awe of gratitude. How
Mm.
humble this grandma is, how big a love she is. She had such a big love that she donated her apron, and she didn't ask for more. She could have asked for $20, $30, but she only asked for $5. Here we go. See, I'm still overflowed with gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
I was so overflowed with gratitude that I just was teary, and it just beautiful.
Mm.
That after understanding the emotions where it come from, it's a beautiful thing. But if I, before that training, if I wasn't able to explain that, when you stand next to me and see me like suddenly seeing the apron and suddenly teary, you will feel uncomfortable. You will feel weird, right? So that's me. what a long, what a long story to share who I am.
Love that.
So at
Thank
the
you.
core of the heart, that's who Linda is. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Helps us to fully understand the person you are and how powerful of heart you are and why you're called the Queen of Hearts. That really exemplifies it. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So tell us now, before we talk about your business, how has all of that, your story and all that, led you to the path you're now and to the business you're starting? What's the genesis of all that?
Okay. Well, I have two parts of my story.
Mm.
Part number one was before the book was published. Part number one was that my life story have turned me into a speaker. And that is because I was born at the end of the Vietnam War with nothing much. I didn't even have color pencils. I never seen what a computer looked like. Never knew a word of English before I came to Sydney, Australia at the age of 15. But amazingly, I was able to achieve every single dream I had. And so that story caught people's attention. And I got invited as a podcast guest since 2016. That was before the book was published. And that was when I established Link Coaching as a coach. Now, I started Link Coaching in 2016, but I actually was helping people all my life. I was always helping people. So before Link Coaching, I had a few lives before that life. I was a travel consultant. I traveled the world. I've been to Alaska 30 years ago. I've been to Europe 28 years ago. I've been to America multiple times, traveled to, Canada, your homeland, and around Asia, right? So that was one chapter of my life. Then the next chapter after that was I opened a bridal boutique.
Wow.
I studied fashion design after school. And so finally, these are all my early childhood dreams, by the way. And so I had a bridal boutique in Sydney. I won awards. My design was in wedding magazines and a whole lot of story there. But what was interesting is that some brides who came to me, and at the end of the last appointment with me, because it's a personally designed gowns, so I get to see them at least 3 times. The first time for inquiring, sketching the design. The second time is to have a trial garment, right? We make in a basic fabric for them to try. Then the third time is in the actual beautiful fabric that they chose. And if necessary, I meet them for one more time. Now, during this time, they get to know me. They get to see how I do things, how I run the business. And they would, by the third time, they would say, Linda, I'm watching you do all of this. I want to get into business too, but I don't know how to. So it would be in a matter of 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. I help them break down their fears, break the barriers, give them strategy, literally teach them how to do it. But I did not know it was called life coaching or business coaching, because this was 24 years ago. This was nearly a quarter of a century ago in 2001 in Sydney, Australia. And so I was always helping people, even in the travel industry. People would ask me, my sister's friends, like, Linda, how do you get to travel the world? I want to get to travel the world too. I would teach them, I would get them into the travel industry, they get to travel the world. So my whole life, I have really impacted so many lives. It's countless. You can't even count anymore. So that's that's what I did. I was always helping people. And then after I have children, I was always helping other moms and dads, and particularly moms, how to enjoy parenthood more. Now, 20 years ago, there isn't a lot of parenting coaching or parenting education, like not as much as now. So I was constantly helping them, giving tips, sharing tips, and they just go, Linda, how do you know all of this? And that was because I look after my nieces and nephews since I was 5 years old, because I'm the second last of the 10 kids.
Whoa.
So there's a big age gap. My elder sister is 20 years older than me. So that's why I was blessed with this role as an aunt. And you don't call an aunt for nothing in Vietnam. You got a duty to fill. You got a job to do. And so I was blessed with this environment that equipped me with all these skills. So I was always helping people, coaching people, again, without realizing that it's called coaching. So eventually it was just evident that what I do is what is a coach. So then I found out about life coaching. So I flew to America to train as a professional life coach. So that was the part one of the story. So I get invited to interview, I get invited to speaking, share my life story, share how I accomplished those dreams. Then part number 2 is when I published the book. I published a book because of 2 kids who took their own life due to cyberbullying. I wrote it firstly. I think I share a little bit on our part one interview. I wrote it initially for my own children. Through the journey with relocating my dad to the senior home, I realized that my children never got to meet my mom. And I was in awe of gratitude, how she's so incredible to raise me to be able to achieve all of my dreams when I had nothing. And especially when she didn't have a mom herself. She lost her own mother at the age of 8. And yet she became this incredible mother to 10 kids. And we're all close to her till the last day. And so in all gratitude, I just want to connect my kids to grandma because they never got to meet grandma. But after I wrote the first draft, I heard about 2 kids who took their own lives due to cyberbullying that I felt compelled to share the book. I thought it couldn't be just for my kids.
Sure.
And that is now the second half of the journey of my life story. As soon as I decided to publish the book, the vision of Three Hearts came. I thought if we have Three Hearts Connection Hubs as a safe space for people to share their struggles, their story, and celebrate their wins, then these 2 children might still be here. And with that compelling feeling, once again, I took action. I launched Three Hearts in 2019. And during COVID, we helped so many people transform their lives, so many heartwarming stories. I got so many stories to share with you. I literally could talk all day long.
I know you can. I know.
But funnily, when I was little, I barely talk. So this is almost like making up time. When I was little, I barely talk, especially when you're the second last of the 10 kids, right? You know, the packing order, you never
To
had
be
a chance to talk.
quiet and just stay in the corner, you know?
Especially in the Eastern world.
Oh,
But
yeah.
truthfully, my older siblings are so caring that I didn't really need to talk. Like, you know, they always speak for me. And mostly because I'm a very curious child. I still am. If you happen to speak to me, I have a lot of questions. So I hope you don't mind. I'm a very curious soul by nature. So I would always be keen to listen. I was always listening. So I barely talk. So funnily, how from a really quiet child now to speaking on global stages. So that's another interesting story. And so through the Three Hearts journey, I've learned that coaches need clients, and they some of them have lost the business because of COVID. And then I have also learned that entrepreneurs going through a very lonely journey. 72% of entrepreneurs have self-reported with mental health concerns.
Wow.
And so I just want to marry these 2 group of people together, and that's when I formed Coachjable. So if anyone like to join our community, if you love the story, if you want to be in a community with where all heart-centered people are, like Lorenzo and myself, you know, you're welcome. You're welcome to join us. So Coachable spells very interestingly with a J in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyone who's listening without watching the video, it spells Coachjable. I want to emphasize the sound of coachable, because we are all lifelong learning, you know, leaders where we are continuously evolving. And so therefore we have this attitude that, you know, it's coachable. We're coachable. As long as you're coachable, you will continuously evolve. You continuously learn and evolve. And yes, so that's the current story now. So I am the founder of Three Hearts in Coaching and Coachable, and also the best-selling author of the book. The book has achieved #1 best-selling status in Australia, in Canada, in UK, and #5 in US, making it #1 international best-selling status. And I was inducted into, thank you, I was inducted into the International Organization for Top Authors. And I received a medal in Mexico, which is really humbling.
Oh, a medal.
Because growing up, yes, and growing up here, I was constantly reminded that my English writing was terrible. My grammar was horrible. And so it was with lots of hard work and tears that I wrote this book. And yes, it was really humbling to receive a medal, you know, like, you know, when athletes get their medal, I got my medal for my book when I didn't even know a word of English when I came here. And many readers have shared with me that the book has helped them through critical moments. And many readers have become published authors from just reading the book. So it's been really humbling.
What is the book's
Yes.
title again?
Connection, the currency to happiness.
I love
I'm
that.
bringing you from wherever you are to the happiness. It's a journey. It's a journey to happiness. So when you read it at the beginning, it's all about heart number one. Okay, heart number one is all about love and connection for ourselves. All it is just me sharing my story with you, right? And that will show you that we need to connect with ourselves. We need to learn to stay and connect with ourselves. And then as the story goes on, as you read, it shows love and connection for each other. You know, you realize that we need to connect with each other. And then towards one of the last chapter, one of the 5F, I won't tell you all, you can discover it. The last F is love and connection for the universe. And that one chapter is dedicated to all the volunteers around the world. And love and connection for the universe encompasses everything, you know, the love for environment, you know, nature, animal, all of that. And so that's why it's to happiness. It's a connection to happiness.
Beautiful. Love that. Wow. You're really speaking my language. I love the name connection. The how it's all about connections, rapport, and trust is what's really all about. Not just in business, but also in life in general. Because we're social creatures and we love connecting. So,
Yes. So before I launched the book
mhm,
back in 2017, before 2017, you probably would recall that not many business use the word connection yet.
no.
When I launched the book, it was announced to 500 media outlets in America. And after the book was launched, more and more people started using the word connection in business.
Mm,
And so throughout my life, I have been many times, not just this time, that I have led the train quietly. If I didn't tell you, you would not know. In school, it was the same. Even though I was very quiet, I led the different trends. With 3 hearts, before I started on Facebook with number 3 and H hearts, there was none. After I launched 3 hearts, there's many people follow. After I talk about heart leadership from 2020, oh my God, can you 2020, 5 years ago now. More
yeah,
and more
wow.
people talk about heart-centered leadership in business. So yeah, so I'm the quiet working bee. I'm the quiet working bee buzzing behind the background that nobody knows that creates the honey. That's another way of describing myself.
I love that. I love that. That's so fun, so powerful. Awesome. Tell us now about what's your vision with Coachable?
The vision is to build a platform where everyone wins. The coaches will get clients and get to further expand the business. The solopreneurs will get all the help that they need, because not one person would know everything, right? Just because we have an offer or product or service that we want to offer, we become a business owner.
Mm,
And as a business owner, we certainly expect to know everything. We needed to know accounting, PA, PR, online digital marketing. We need to know everything. And nobody knows everything. And that's why we suffer burnout easily, right? That's why we suffer with mental health concerns, because we work long hours, we don't have support, we're on our own. And so the goal is for the solopreneurs to get the help they need so that they can move forward, move through the obstacle, and continue to expand the business. And when everyone wins, we all can provide employment. That's the goal for post-COVID, right? Everybody is worrying about, is AI going to take my job, and things like that. So that's my way of contribution, besides
mm,
3 hearts, is how do we help everyone win together? And because I have been blessed with my life, that I have been able to achieve every single dream I have so far, I would love to be able to help others do the same. So that's the big vision, is that everyone who participates or gets involved win together.
beautiful. For who specifically is Coachable going to benefit the most?
The person that benefit most are the people who continuously want to be a better version of themselves, who want to work on themselves, who knows that they can extend their potential, that every day, they can become a better version of themselves, whether they are a high paying professional, whether they're a student or solopreneurs, right? But mainly with solopreneurs, I think it's the group of people that we would be able to help most. Because like I mentioned just earlier, as a solopreneur, we need to learn many skills. So, and we're also helping the coaches, right? As a life coach or business coach, I don't know if you come across this situation. You go to a networking event and you met someone and you ask them, what do you do? Oh, I'm a life coach. So what do you do as a life coach? In life coaching, there's many areas, right? There's health, there's well-being, there's mindset, or there's parenting. There's many different areas in life coaching. Or you go to a networking and they say, I'm a business coach. What exactly does a business coach do? In business, there's many areas. Is it accounting? Is it PA? Is it PR? Is it branding? Is it storytelling? Is it marketing, right? So we help all business owners to be able to, the solopreneurs seek the help they need. For the coaches, we help them distill their offer into really precise offer so that when people buy the offer, they know exactly what's being delivered. Because I don't know if you come across a situation before when you sign up to some consulting and at the beginning you'll say, okay, we'll work on the business. But then when it comes to work on the business, you think that you show up to the core for this particular area of work. But then the coaches has a different agenda. By the time you come together, each person got a different agenda. And it's not really, it's like it continues to have a meeting after a meeting. Has that happened to you?
Yes.
Whereas now we say, okay, this meeting is specifically about this. We're going to help you achieve this specific thing. And so it really will redefine the coaching industry to really specific outcome focus so that everyone achieve the goals. That's the goal.
Beautiful. So how does it work? Let's say I'm a coach. I want to be
Yes.
listed on Coachable. What's the process? What do I need to do? Walk me through the process. Imagine that I'm a prospect. So just like in
Yeah,
the
sure.
movie The Wolf of Wall Street, sell me this pen. Sell me this membership.
Yes. So many coaches who are experienced coaches, they might already have their offers, right? They might already know. You can easily just sign up to our platform and list your offers. But let's say you do a variety of work and you say, Linda, help me. I'm going to share screen. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Let me just
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is our homepage, right? And if you're a coach, you can simply come here. Oh, sorry, here. First of all, you sign up. You sign up to create an account for this platform, right? And then you sign up as a coach so that you can list your offers. Once you signed up on the platform, sign up as a coach, then you will be able to sign in and list your offers like this.
Okay.
So and it's just really that simple, right? You just signed up, create your offer name, the pricing, upload your availability, give a description, right? It's really that simple. Now, I am available to help all the coaches create their offers. I help most of these coaches create their offers, right? So, and we have beautiful testimonials. So for the end users, let's say you're a solopreneur and you want to book a coaching session. And all you have to do is just click here. Of course, you signed up to have an account first. And you just pick your date, pick the time, and usually you can literally one click to secure your appointment. It's really that straightforward. It's really that simple. Now, as a coach, we would invite coaches who are experienced and have at least 3 testimonials, 3 paid testimonials to join us. So that way we'll, provide quality services. Now, if you're a new coach, that's fine. Still get in touch so that I can help you on your journey, because I do coaching for coaches as well. And we can help you to get to the journey to be here. And it's really amazing. We have amazing heart center coaches. This is Skip. He likes to be, his nickname is Skip. Skip is actually an ex-serviceman in America. He's also a medical doctor.
Wow.
And a TEDx speaker. And so at the beginning, Skip has so much to offer, but a lot of the wording was to do with medical related. So I was able to help him work through it all so that we can create an offer that everyone could understand as not with medical terms. So yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool how you can just book the session just with one click.
What I like here is that you can literally book on the page. It shows
on
you
the spot.
available,
Yes.
all the details, how much it's going to be, when, detail
Yes.
about the person. So that's very helpful. Yeah.
Yes, it's a really neat system. It's really, really cool. So it's got about the author. And yeah, so yeah, it's really, really amazing.
How did you get the idea for this? Where is the genesis of this?
Right. We all know, right? We all know no success is overnight. It has been a long, long journey. It's been a long, long journey in the sense that I think when you have the heart to serve, you are guided. So in the book, I was trying to share with readers how to tap into your intuition. When you can tune out the noise, the outside noise, and tune into yourself and tune into your intuition, you're always led by what you're called on to do instead of just what you want to do. When you're led to do what you're called on to do, you would just live with passion and purpose. And you don't have to be worrying about, am I going to be judged? Is it going to be good enough? Does anybody want it? All of those just goes away. All of those just go away. So I live with tuning into my intuition every day. And that's how the book came about, right? That's how the book came, the messages came, that I was able to listen to it. Otherwise, you don't get those inspirations or those guidance, those internal guidance, those quiet messages that guides you to do what you need to do. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
So it wasn't like me just sitting here, hey, I want to make money. What can I create? And I'm just gonna create this. It wasn't exactly like this.
Of course.
And so first of all, if you remember, I just shared that I feel the pain from the coaches, right? I feel the pain for them because they had to close a business when they couldn't get clients. And to me, it didn't sit well. It didn't sit well because as coaches, we're the one who help people to achieve their goals and dreams. And here we are, the Three Hearts community members had to lose their business just because they couldn't get clients. And it pains me because of my compassionate self, right? It pains me. And so then I felt I had to do something about it. And when you feel the need to serve, you come from a place where you really would look for solutions. And when you're so into looking for solutions, the solutions will come because you come with the intention to serve. And it's no longer about me. It's never about me. It's not about me making the money. It's not about me becoming popular whatsoever. But it's about how to serve this group of people that I feel so much pain for. And when you have that kind of intuition, that's when you will find a solution. It's like a parent, right? If you're a parent and you have a child who's not eating, you would pull your hair out, you would stay up all night long, you will read over 100 books, whatever you have to do to find the solution for your child, to help your child to eat. It's like that.
Sure.
You know, it wasn't overnight. It was a lot of hard work. It was, the coaches know how long I have spent in working on this solution, because I had the idea, but I need to be the architect to design it. I designed it and I have the IT person to help me build it, right? And so, and then you still have to refine until we get to where we are. And so to answer your question, it's all about coming from the heart of service. If you sincerely want to serve others and serve your community, you will find a way. You will find a way. And especially with me feeling others' pain so easily, it's just like I can't not do it. It's like you know how they say it's like a curse and a blessing, right? The curse is like I feel the pain. I don't consider a curse. It's just a way of explaining, just so that people can understand it. I don't consider it a curse. I consider it a blessing, but it is like that, right? The curse is that I can't not do it because I literally feel the pain and I can't sleep. When you can't sleep about something, you just have to do something about it, right? And that's me. And that's the cursing part. The cursing part is that I can't sleep if I don't do something about it. The blessing is that I'm able to come up with a solution, and that's the blessing. And I believe the blessing is not just for me. When it's running well, once we reach, hundreds and thousands of audiences, the blessings is for everybody. And that's where my focus is. My focus has always been, who can I serve? What benefit can I bring? How can I do my part to serve the community, the society as a whole?
Love that. Beautiful. How long have you started this?
So I consider this version just this year, officially kind of like 2 months ago.
Okay.
But the idea, actually, it was last year. I soft launched the idea with this number of coaches. It hasn't been announced to media or anything, but this year in February, we started announced to like hundreds of media outlets. So gradually, we will be continuously announcing to lots of platforms to bring a lot of people on board. But mainly, the heart-centered professionals, those are the people we want to serve. Because we all know, right? You and I know, you talk about the heart-centered leadership as well. We all know if we all serve from the place of our heart, we will be able to create a community with authenticity, with trust and respect. So we want to invite all the heart-centered leaders to join us. Doesn't matter what walk of life, what profession they're doing, as long as they have a skill that they can teach other people, a specific skill can teach other people, right? Like Skip will teaches you how to activate your muscles, because it's so important. It's so important because we're all sitting too much these days, right? And without your health, you can't create your wealth,
Totally.
And
Wealth is our health. Yes.
Exactly. And I need to adjust. This is actually per package. So this one is a package of 4 weeks. And so, So as long as you have a specific skill that you can successfully teach other people, the deeper purpose is to be able to continuously passing on skills for future generations to come. Because we all talking about AI, we all about concerning about AI. This is where we have authentic human connections, where we literally and imparting, skills onto each other and uplifting each other. It's not just a business hub, but it's a community of heart-centered leaders together to uplift each other and win the game of life together. Game of life and business, really seriously, isn't it?
I love that the way you said to win the game of life together in a heart and an impactful way, not just profitable way, but impactful way first and foremost. Because when it's impactful, then it's going to be wildly profitable, not the other way around.
Exactly. It's always how we can serve each other first, right? When we
Absolutely.
can serve each other, the finance part, the income is a byproduct of that, right? So
Totally.
that's the idea. Yes.
Totally. I'm excited for you. I'm cheering for
Thank
you.
you so much.
Very
Thank you. Thank
welcome.
you.
And yeah, this is going to be a good platform for coaches. So yeah, by all means. Um,
Yes.
what's next for you? What's the next big business that is growing up in your mind?
So first of all, this is the current focus, right? The focus is to build this to $100 million company at least. That's our first milestone,
Mm,
first big milestone. Because when I launched Three Hearts, I was so sincere in giving
mm,
that I wanted to earn from link coaching and give to Three Hearts, that I didn't want to create a business model. And I had 16 ambassadors follow me to contribute to do the work. But because we didn't have a business model, it was not sustainable and it
mm.
was not measurable of how much income, how much, all of those measurement metrics, right? That's why this time around we say let's put it in dollar terms, because this one we needed to have a business model. With a business model we can employ, it's much more sustainable, and so then therefore with a dollar amount we can measure it more concretely. So that's the big goal. Once we reach that, then of course we further extend the goal. But besides that, when you ask me the next one, the next one is something to do with the big screen, and I won't share too much yet. It's
Oh, the
something to
big screen
do.
as in Hollywood?
Yes, hopefully. Cross
Ooh,
fingers.
tell us what's that? I'm curious.
Well, let's keep that for now.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
focus on Coachable for now.
Yes, one
So a
step at a
lot
time.
of
Yes, okay.
yes. Let's do the walking before we do the running. So we did the crawling. The crawling was, the link coaching, the
Mm,
book, the Three Hearts, and now we're walking with Coachable, and then we'll do the running soon. But yes, very focused on Coachable at this point in time, to onboard more coaches, to
mm,
onboard more heart center leaders or professionals or students, whoever wants to further improve themselves. We would love to have you join us. You can sign up for free to join the community,
mm.
and you'll be able to, reach out to these coaches within the community, whatever offer they have for you. So yes, that's the big focus at this point in time.
Beautiful. And what's the link if someone wants to reach out to you and to this new platform?
Yeah, sure. If you want to reach this platform, it's Coachable, COACHJABLE.com. And you can just sign up, right? Once you sign up, you're in the community. And if you want to email me, you can email coachable@gmail.com.
Beautiful. One question.
Yes.
Why the J in the between? What's the story behind the J?
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned it earlier and I'll share again. The J is to emphasize the sound ch. Like, maybe it's my Asian accent, or I think it was American accent. Coachable. You know how America speaks with more emphasis, or like a lot more emphasis, right?
Mm,
And so that's where I get the idea, because I speak to a lot of American friends, right? I consider America my third home.
yes.
My first home is Vietnam, my second home is Australia, my third home is America.
Mm,
And so because most of my audiences who read my book are from America, I have relatives in America, I've been there multiple times. And most of people members from our Three Hats communities are American.
Mhm.
And so that's why that's my third home. So coachable, emphasizing the sound ch, meaning that we are all coachable. The people who join this platform, we are all coachable. That's
Mhm.
because we all have open mindset. We all have the lifelong learning mindset and attitude. And that's why we are coachable. And when we are coachable, we learn fast, right? When we're coachable, we learn, and because we learn, we grow. We continuously grow. And when we grow, we are continuously evolving ourselves. And that's how we can be the better version of ourselves every single day. Now, I don't say best. When we say the best version of ourselves, when you think that you're the best already, you will stop. You won't learn. You won't be
That's it.
continuing to expand to your full potential. So the goal of this platform is to help everyone to exercise, to practice living every single day to expand to your fuller potential. Because we all know that we only exercise 10% of our brain, right?
Mhm.
Look at all these amazing things that human being able to create, right? All these amazing things, castles, everything, rocket, right? And yet not all of us done that. Only very small amount of people do that. So that's why it's called coachable to remind us all to continue to evolve every single day.
Beautiful. Love that.
You ask amazing questions. I
Thank
really
you.
feel like I can talk to you all day long because you ask such good questions.
Thank you. This is why we have those beautiful long conversations, you know? So
Yeah, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
awesome. Listen, Linda, absolute pleasure talking to you. Love your story. Love what you're doing, your impact. I'm cheering for you.
Thank you
Keep
so
you're
much.
welcome. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world.
I
Your
have to
presence, your
practice my
impact,
heart.
your gifts, your everything you do. Queen of Hearts. I salute you truly with a heart. Stay safe, stay awesome. God bless you, and talk to you very soon. Hopefully, sometime soon, when you come in Vietnam, when I go to Australia, we'll definitely link up.
Yes.
So,
Yes, yes. Last June I went to Vietnam. So you never know. We might really meet over
where in
there. And I
Vietnam
love Da
are
Nang.
you from? Where in Vietnam are you from?
I was from the the big city, Ho Chi Minh,
So
in
not
Chợ
far
Lớn.
from here. Yeah,
I
okay,
live near Chợ Lớn. Yeah, Chợ Lớn,
okay.
Chợ Thiết.
I'm in
Where,
Da Nang, but I love going to Ho Chi Minh anytime I get a chance. It's a very fun place.
yes,
It's an amazing city.
yes. And then one day you come over to Sydney. You never know because
That's big. Yeah.
I would love to host a conference in Sydney for all the heart
Do
center
it.
leaders.
Do it. Do
Yes,
it.
I know, I know. Last September, I was hoping to create one, but then it was too much going on. So cross fingers that we
Fingers,
can do
ears,
that.
toes, everything in between. Yes.
Yes, and arms and everything. Thank you so much once again for having me on. I
Pleasure of
really
mine.
appreciate you.
Have a fantabulous rest of your day and week. And talk to you very soon, my friend. Take care. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye for
Bye
now.
bye.